All right. Okay, so it's sort of Surrey girl here. Starting off my very first vlog, I should say. Looking over a nice little creek in Surrey. But today, I'm going to take you to the former site of the Surrey Public Market, which is just up here. All right. And with me today is Mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
So, I haven't been up here in a really long time, but I believe the first business that was ever on this property was a roller skating rink. 6,000 square foot roller skating rink. And here, I remember, we used to drive up here. This used to be where cars would go up, and it was really scary because you couldn't see around the corner. And you didn't know. You didn't know if it was if you were going to hit another car or not. So anyway, yeah, the old market used to run right along the edge of the property here. It was right on the edge. And after it was a roller skating rink, it was the very first Cloverdale paint. And the owner, Wink Vogel was his name, he took over the skating rink and opened up the first Cloverdale paint. And he actually used to, on slow days, throw on his skates and go skating around on the maple floors in there, which would have been fun. That would have been a fun place to work. And he opened that up in 1956 to 1973. And in 1973, he moved the Cloverdale paint 9 blocks up King George Highway to the spot it's still located at today. Still there. But for all those years, from 1973 to the early 90s, Wink actually still owned the property. So when he moved out, when Wink moved out, he let other businesses take over. So it was a Scott's Antiques for a while. And then it was Surrey Auto Body for a while. And then when they moved out, he started letting restaurant vendors move in to the building in the mid-80s. And that's when the Surrey Public Market opened, was in the mid-80s. And it was really, I mean, it wasn't a nice looking building. It looked old and sort of dirty from the outside and dilapidated. But it was actually really charming inside. It had a really nice vibe inside there. Sort of a nice community. You have to pardon me panting a little bit. It's a big hill. And I remember going in there as a young girl. My favorite place to eat in there was, I think it was a Vietnamese restaurant. They had the best noodles I've ever had in my life. I've never tasted noodles that good ever again. And it was run by a little elderly couple, and they were so cute. And sometimes when I didn't have enough money, the lady would just say, "That's okay." And I think 1 or 2 times she actually gave me the noodles for free. Yeah, just super sweet, really nice. So yeah, the old building was on this side of the property. And so in the early 90s, Wink decided to sell the property for good. And I was looking through a bunch of articles, old articles on the Surrey Public Market, and nobody could really decide what date the old Surrey Public Market actually shut down. But from what I can remember in my own memory, which is not always a good thing to go by, but I believe it was in 1992 that the old market shut down, because I remember going there after school one day because the smoke shop inside was trying to sell off its inventory, and they were selling chocolate bars for 25 cents a piece. So I went up there and I bought a bunch. And I believe that was in 1992. It shut its doors forever. And then, I think later that year, or it might have been 1993, I'm not sure, again, not quite sure, the new owner opened up a newer facility right across on the other side of the parking lot. Tore down the old building, built a new one. And as you can see, it's really grown over. But a few years before, the Granville Market had opened, and they were trying to make it like the Granville Island Market. And yes, it was a newer facility. It was nice. It was cleaner looking. But when you went in, it lost some of its charm. It really lost some of its appeal. In my mind, it was kind of cold, kind of stark. It really didn't have the same feel as the old market did, unfortunately. And it was built right on the other side where those trees are now. And the new market, it didn't last long. The vendors started, it was rumored that the vendors started complaining about the rent, about the costly rent. They couldn't really make it go in there, so one by one, they started moving out. And the new Surrey Public Market closed, I believe, in September of 1998, so it really wasn't open that long. And look at that, you can still see the foundation here. This property, the property and the building itself sat here empty for almost 20 years. The building was empty. The whole piece of property, there was nothing there. And in 2017, they finally tore it down. Because it was really an eyesore and just full of graffiti and rats and squatters, I think. The people living around here really didn't like it. So they tore it down, but it looks like the foundation stayed. So I wonder if they're actually going to tear this down. And wow, look at that, over 20 years it just grew right over. It's kind of neat. So yeah, so now over the years the property has actually been bought and sold and changed hands many times. There have been lots of projects that were supposed to start and didn't, but mostly condos. And now, of course, because it's Surrey, they're going to be building condos and townhouses there. What else? Oh, and here's the sign. Creekside condos. What else? So it kind of looks like this one's going to be happening, unfortunately. I really miss the old Surrey Public Market. It had everything in there. It had meat and fish markets. It had fruit and veggie stands, corner stores, restaurants. It was like a one-stop shop. And it was a nice place to go to hang out and just get coffee. Friends. But yeah, it's really sad that it's gone. I wish they would have, well, I really wish they would have left the old building as it was, but progress and change, I guess. So anyway, I just wanted to grab some video of this before the new condos are built, and preserve my memories, I guess. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.